as as my responsibility to try and talk to these people. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot, more than anybody else. I'm not de-emphasizing the importance of the other people like General Buhari, but what many the past, head of states and presidents from that particular region. Of course, we have a lot of, but today, among the kind of the population, the Nigerian population from which ranks this thing has developed, the person, the most eminent person in Nigeria that I think they can listen to, is General Buhari.
Okay. All right, then. I want to thank you for coming in this morning. Akin Osuntokun is the former managing director of News Agency of Nigeria and a public affairs analyst. Well, time for the headline news, and Melinda Kilome is here with it.
Thanks so much, Chamberlain. These are the headlines. Gunmen attacked a police station in Bara, Yobe State, killing one policeman yesterday. Bara Township is the headquarters of Gulani local government area in Damaturu, the state capital. And the president may not be standing alone after all on the issue of no amnesty for Boko Haram. A Yoruba political and social cultural front, Afenifere Renewal Group, condemned the call for amnesty for the terrorist group whose attacks have led to deaths of hundreds of Nigerians, mostly in Nigeria's northern region. And to ensure that projects are executed according to specifications, the federal government has announced plans to monitor constituency projects initiated by members of the National Assembly. And on the foreign scene, the Kenyan election results are not conclusive as the outcome is being revised by the court. This comes weeks after defeated candidate Raila Odinga made allegations that results were manipulated to give Uhuru Kenyatta the advantage. And those are the headlines. Sunrise Daily continues after this short break.
Not another luxury. The new luxury comes into the world. Experience new luxury. Kia Quaris.
There should be heightened awareness and consciousness in the Nigerian people. It becomes expedient that we continue to educate the people to be more conscious. We look at a motor park like an airport. You have vehicles drop passengers outside the tarmac. So we see no reason why vehicles should be allowed to drive all the way into the motor park. We expect that parks should be properly fenced. We expect also that the National Union of Road Transport Workers should ensure that people who come into their parks are registered members of the union. People who don't have the need to do business in their parks should be kept outside the parks. The passengers also should be sensitized to be cautious when they have to move their luggage or when they have to engage people who take them to such parks. I think it's not just the security forces that will fight this war. Everybody must come on board.
As the figures show, we stand firmly with an impressive capital base and an asset base that is rock solid.
Quite impressive. So, what's your customer base?
Well, we can proudly say that we have one customer.
I'm sorry, did I just hear you say one customer?
Yes, one customer. Mr. George, whose favorite color is blue. One customer, Miss Abigail, who's shopping for her wedding. One customer, Umar, who wants to be a singer. One customer, Nkechi. One customer, Olu. One customer, Yvonne. One customer, you.
Sterling Bank, the one customer bank.
All right, welcome back, and we're about tributes of sorts, if you will, to late Chinua Achebe. Another list of tributes, but we do have, well, we started out with playing that yesterday. We'll let you see that again now, and we'll take it from there. All right, then Toyin Akin joins us now. He's the Secretary General, Committee for Relevant Art. The columnist with the Guardian newspaper this morning, and thank you for coming on today. Well, he's a novelist who is regarded by millions as the father of African literature. Of course, he's gone on to write he wrote so many books, and today, well, when you look back, there's so many perspectives that you can actually look at this issue from. But let me start from you. I mean, what comes to your mind when you want to talk about these kind of issues today, remembering Chinua Achebe, in spite of, I mean, given the fact that it's just huge. International repute, so many awards, and of course, a Nigerian.
Well, for me personally, Achebe, in terms of the economics of culture production, he basically was one person, and I mean, it's very strange now talking about him as worse. But, you know, he was one person, you know, because the writing vocation is a very lonesome vocation. What you do in your private library becomes something that engages with the globe. So writers can be basically, you know, in quote, selfish, just do their own thing, you know, even though they are basically contributing to nation building. But what I know, what comes to me all the time about Achebe is this whole tendency of inserting us, you know, the African, in the global conversation. I mean that where there are multiple voices, Asian, European, you know, there is an African way of doing things. That phrase that we all have about telling our own stories is essentially an Achebean phrase. I mean, we all borrowed it from him. So when Farafina Publishing House says they are devoted to telling our stories, when Cassava says we're feeding the African imagination, they are all borrowing from Achebe. And two instances, Achebe, you know, developed the African Writers series. He was Heinemann of London that was publishing these new voices out of Africa in the 60s, and he became the editor, and it was him who developed all of those